Hey guys, welcome back to Drive It Out. My name is Adam and we are at the 2020 KC International Auto Show. And what I have here behind me is one of my personal favorite SUVs. This is the Acura RDX. Now this is a 2020 Acura RDX with the A-Spec package. So it's got that nice SH all-wheel drive handling system, super handling all-wheel drive that Acura has done such a good job with. This is an A-Spec edition, so you got a little bit extra styling cues and a few upgrades, including ventilated seats inside. That is very cool. Now, the RDX, if you go back to when it first started, about a decade and a half ago, that started with a turbo 4-cylinder. Then they went to a V6, and now they are back to a turbo 4-cylinder. This is a direct injected 4-cylinder, 272 horsepower. Very, very cool. So let's look at the front. Of all the luxury brands with kind of a corporate look, if you come in here and see, you'll see that they've got that kind of grille on the front that is, you know, all over their lineup with all their vehicles. That's kind of common for luxury brands to do, is have a corporate look. Lexus has it, Infiniti has it, things like that. But I think Acura's done a really good job. This is handsome up front. I love the LED headlights and the way they put these in with the lines of the car, and the way they kind of have this crest on the light here, and this line runs along to the top, the waistline of the car here, and blends in back with the car about halfway through. And then you've got this line here on the side that starts down here by the wheels, and it gradually goes up along the side of the car, and it gives it that sporty downward facing look that I just think is really cool. They didn't overdo it with styling on the side. They've got a cool black trim piece here, but I love this subtle line that gives it that sporty look that you want, but it's not so overdone that it's not gonna age well like some designs would. You know, you keep your lines fairly clean, the car's gonna age really well. So I love the contrast they've done with some shiny black trim around here. You have it on top as well. You also have the panoramic sunroof on this car. And if you keep on coming back, you'll see what they did with this black trim piece here as they come behind the quarter window. A lot of manufacturers doing this behind the quarter window these days, adding this gloss black feature to kind of set apart the roof from the rest of the car, give it a sleeker look. But sometimes they overdo it, and I like what Acura has done here. It's just enough to really make it look cool and sporty. So you keep coming around the back, you got LED taillights as well, and I'm really digging the dual exhaust on the back here. It looks very, very cool. But in here, you actually have a decent amount of room, not as much as you would have with maybe like a CR-V, which is a similar sized SUV, obviously the same brand, but it has more space. This being more sporty, a little more hardcore, you have a little less space, but very cool. You can always fold down these back seats, and you're gonna have more room. Those will go all the way down if you have your front seats forward enough, and you can actually fit quite a bit in here. But let's go back here on here. Let's look at the inside, and I want to show you the interior a little bit. So this has the all black interior, but it's cool. They've got the A-Spec logo around here in different places to remind you that is kind of a special edition. And I like this leather trim in here actually has a little bit of a two-tone with some really cool trim around it. Now look at how unique the Acura has gotten with the center stack in here. You've got a beautiful display up here, but they've got a trackpad here on the center console, as well as a big opening here in the middle. And I think the buttons are placed really well. It's very cool. I like what they've done. Let's go around to the driver's side and we'll look at it a little bit more in detail. So when you come over here, in the driver's side, you instantly will realize that when you get in here that it's a little bit sportier of an SUV than maybe you are used to. So I hop in here, you get in, the seats are very comfortable, but they grab you a little bit more than maybe your typical SUV. But the steering wheel here, it's a smaller steering wheel, almost a competition style steering wheel, and you've got paddle shifters up here. This isn't just your average SUV. Very, very nice clean gauges up here, analog gauges, but are also paired well with a digital display in the middle. Now you've got the tech package in this car, so you've got an upgraded sound system and all of those things. And in this automatic transmission, it is push button. There is no lever. You've got a really nice panoramic style display up here, but you still have buttons up here. Look, Honda Corporation has listened and heard customers like to have a volume knob and a volume button. And look at this, it's sitting up here by itself. because while you're driving, you want to like to be able to control things without looking. You don't want to have to stop a conversation to tell your stereo to turn itself down or anything like that with a voice command. You want to be able to just reach and do it and have that dexterity. You know, so many manufacturers switch to like push button volume or maybe even touch screen slider volume, and it's not ergonomically very easy to use. So I like what they've done in here. They've got a lot of gloss black in the center, but it's not too much. They didn't go crazy. I like it. I like the flat color of the leather and the seats on the inside. Really a sporty SUV. You know it when you're in here. So it may not ride as comfortable as some other SUVs because of its sportier tendencies, but I like that. I prefer that. When you have to have an SUV, haul more people and more things around, I still like to have a little bit of sportiness with my SUV. So Acura RDX, don't sleep on this car. It's an overlooked SUV in the small luxury SUV segment, and I really think you should check it out if you're looking for one. So if you like reviews like this on cars like this, please subscribe. Hit the subscribe button right here below this video. Thank you so much for joining me today on this review. This has been Drive It Out, and I will see you next time.